Match day 11 fixtures. The NNL Chief Operating Officer, his name is Dr. Hayo Abdurrahman, disclosed these in a letter addressed to all participating clubs in the NNL. Well, the 10 matches, which was initially billed for today and tomorrow, will now take place on the weekend of February 28th and 2nd of March. That's next weekend. The date rearrangement was necessitated to enable all clubs involved in the President Federation Cup participate in their state finals across the federation as mandated by the Nigerian Football Federation. Warri Wolves and Kun Khalifa Football Club currently occupy the top position in Group A and Group B respectively. 1472 FC and Gateway United Football Club occupy at the bottom spot in the two groups. Yes, that's it as far as the NNL is concerned. No games in the Nigerian National League this very weekend. Let's talk about Nigerian Premier Football League. Quite a lot to talk about as far as that is concerned this morning. Yes, everyone is tipping Remo Stars for the title. Former Kano Pillars midfielder Abu Aziz believes that Remo Stars will have only themselves to blame if they fail to secure the MPFL title this season. Remo Stars currently sit at the top of the MPFL table with 51 points as they push for their first ever league title. Abu Aziz urged Daniel Umari side to maintain their impressive home form to stay on course for the championship. But he says, and I quote, if anything goes wrong, Remo Stars will only have themselves to blame with 13 games to go this season and a 10-point lead. All they need to do is to maintain their strong home record and aim for a win or a draw in away matches. Yes, that's Abu Aziz, of course, urging them to go on. Yes, they will have themselves to blame should they fail to win the league this season. Still talking about the league this morning. Anyways, let's leave Nigerian Premier Football League and cross over to the President Federation Cup. Like I mentioned, the state finals holds this weekend. The Nigerian Football Federation has insisted that all 36 states and the Federal Capital Territory must stage the final matches of their FA Cup today and tomorrow. And of course, failure to do that will attract 1 million naira fine. And of course, they've already fixed a date for other rounds. Yes, in the national playoffs of this year's competition, we understand has been scheduled for the 5th of March, while the national draw, would hold a week later. We understand that the round of 64, round of 32, round of 16 are scheduled for the 19th of March, 2nd of April, and 16th of April, respectively. The quarterfinals fixtures have been scheduled for the 3rd and 4th of May, with the semi-final fixtures for 17th and 18th May. Like I said, Shooting Stars have a date today in the semi-finals, and it's against the Ilaji Football Club following the impressive win over Oyolorun FC yesterday. Let's go to Lagos and find out how they are faring as regards the Federation Cup finals. Well, the stage is set and now for the grand finale of the 2025 Lagos President Federation Cup. Defending champions Igboho City Football Club and Inter Lagos will tomorrow Sunday set the prestigious Mobala Johnson Arena on fire, on football fire really, when they clash in the final match of the Lagos 2025 President Federation Cup. To qualify for the final, Inter Lagos defeated First Bank Football Club 1-0 in the first semi-final game played yesterday, Friday, at the Mobala Johnson Arena, while high-riding MPFL side Ikorodu City defeated hard-fighting Sporting Lagos 2-1 in the second game of the day to book a final ticket and of course a place in the national championship. The final match between both sides are expected to be keenly contested as the Ikorodu City aim to win and claim a third consecutive title, while Inter Lagos will make a bold attempt to tear the history book with a win. Well, from Lagos, let's find out what's happening in other states. Yes, who also have their own Federation Cup finals this weekend. Let me inform you that no fewer than 74 clubs will participate in the state's final of the 2025 President Federation Cup, which will hold across 36 states and the FCT this weekend. Amongst the clubs that will take part in the state finals are traditional heavyweights like MPFL campaigners Heartland FC that will do battle with a non-league club, Oyisa Football Club of Ungo Okpala, in the Imo State FA Cup final, slated for the Dayam Stadium in Owerri later tomorrow. And the interesting encounter between Premier League defending champions Enugu Rangers International and NNL club, that's a second-tier club, Ijele FC of the Nnamdi Azikiwe Stadium, also holding tomorrow. Well, that's for Enugu State FA Cup final. In Port Harcourt, another big name in Nigerian football, that's the Pride of Rivers. Rivers United will face off against Wilbros FC in the final of the 2025 Rivers State President Federation Cup. Holding down its holding today at the Adoke Amesmaka Stadium at 3 p.m. In Abuja, the FCT Cup final, built for Area 3 playground, Garki Abuja will see EFCC Football Club clash with a youthful side, that's Family Worship Football Club, Family Worship Church Football Club, with young potentially sound coach Bumi Blair Haruna as the head coach. Elsewhere, Division 2 club Solution FC and Edel FC will meet in the Anambra State FA Cup final, holding tomorrow at the Nero Stadium in Nanka, while in Bauchi State, Wiki Tourist will confront Toro Waringa FC in Sunday's final at the Bauchi State FA Cup game, holding at the Abubakar Tafawa Balewa Stadium. In Kaduna, Nigeria Army outfit Green Beret are set to take on Simon Bent FC in the President Federation Cup state final on Sunday, even as Yobedesa Stars will square up against Gujiba FC in the state FA Cup final in Damaturu tomorrow. Sunny Abacha Stadium will be the battleground between Same Gida Boys at Canopiles and Barao Football Club to determine the state's FA Cup champion on Sunday, while Gombe United will lay ambush for El Shama FC in the state FA Cup final in Gombe State. In the same vein, Katsina United and Dambaro FC will meet in the state FA Cup final on Sunday at the Mahmoud Deko Stadium. Katsina, just as FC Bako and Kogi Central FC will clash in Lokoja on Saturday for the Kogi State FA Cup final. Meanwhile, only a handful of states will present women's football teams for the National President Federation Cup, with Rivers State FA presenting 2 women's football teams as Rivers Angels and Sporting Angels FC, featuring in the Rivers State FA Cup final in Port Harcourt on Saturday. Also, Lagos State will be represented by 2 clubs, 2 female clubs, as Unification Ladies, who chartered FC Robo's 14-year dominance in the Lagos State FA Cup Federation Cup by Lagos State Football Association Federation Cup by securing a dramatic 4-3 penalty shootout victory after a tense goalless draw yesterday in Lagos. That's a quick look at what to expect across the federation when it comes to State Federation Cup. From there, let's check out other sports this morning. Our first point of call is Libya. Where Nigeria's basketball men's senior team, the D Tigers, yesterday overpowered Libya in Tripoli in their Group B opening match of the second qualifying window. The Nigerian team defeated Libya 75-70 points after coming back from 15-14 first quarter loss, while after failure to win a single match in window 2 of the qualifiers in February last year and putting their qualification hopes in jeopardy. The team is looking to turn the tide and hope to qualify for the big competition as the AfroBasket build to be held in Angola later on this year. Nigeria rallied from a halftime deficit to defeat Libya 75-70 points in the AfroBasket qualifying match. Libya led after the first 2 quarters 15-14 and 20-18, taking a 35-32 point advantage into halftime. The Tigers responded strongly after the break, outscoring their opponents 20-16 points in the third quarter and 23-19 points in the fourth quarter. Caleb Agada led the charge for Nigeria with a double-double, scoring 14 points and grabbing a game-high 10 rebounds. He also contributed 6 assists and 2 steals. Talib Zana added 14 points and 7 rebounds, while Zaid Hurst scored 11 points. Kadrike nearly had a double-double with 9 points and 9 rebounds. Captain Ike Owamo contributed 7 points, 6 rebounds, and a game-high 7 assists. Bassem Babis led Libya with a game-high 23 points and 8 rebounds. Nigeria must win all 3 of their remaining matches in this qualifying window to have a chance of reaching the Afrobasket tournament. They will face Uganda today and Cape Verde tomorrow. Yesterday, Uganda defeated Cape Verde 63 to 60 points, making the group much more competitive. And despite the win, the Tigers remain at the bottom of the group with a 1-3 record. Well, wish them all the best. Hopefully, they win their game today and, of course, tomorrow as well. Let's check out updates from the world of tennis this morning. Heading straight to the Qatar Open, where British number 1 Jack Draper reached the final of the Qatar Open with a 3-6, 7-6, 6-3 victory over Jiri Lehecka. The Czech Republic's Lehecka took control of the opening set after breaking serve in the eighth game. Before a more even second set went to a tie break. Draper, who defeated the former Wimbledon runner-up Matteo Berrettini on Thursday, produced a near-flawless performance in the tiebreak to send the match to a decider. The final set went with serve until a double fault from Lehecka gifted the 23-year-old Briton a break, with the Czech throwing his racket to the floor in frustration. Draper, who reached the Australian Open fourth round in January, will meet Andrei Rublev in today's final after the Russian defeated Canada's Felix Auger-Aliassime 7-5, 4-6, 7-6. Meanwhile, Saturday's men's double final will be an all-British affair after Neil Skupski and Joe Salisbury beat Britain's Henry Patton and Finland's Harry Oliveira 6-3, 6-3, 10-5. This will be the third ATP Tour final between 2 all-British teams. Still talking tennis this morning, and this time around from Qatar to Dubai, where Mira Andreeva defeated former Wimbledon champion Lena Rybakina to reach the final of the Dubai Tennis Championships. The 17-year-old Russian beat the 2022 Wimbledon winner 6-4, 4-6, 6-3, winning the last 5 games in a row from 3-1 down in the decider. Andreeva became the youngest player to reach the semi-finals of the tournament by eliminating world number 2 Iga Swiatek in straight sets on Thursday. Having beaten Makatere Vondrousova in the second round, Andreeva is the youngest player to beat 3 Grand Slam champions in a single tournament since her compatriot Maria Sharapova did so at the WTA finals in 2004. Andreeva will look to win the second title of her career against Denmark's Clara Tauson, who defeated Karolina Muchova of Czech Republic 6-4, 6-7, 6-3 in the other semi-finals. Tauson, who knocked out world number 1 Arina Sabalenka in the last 16, needed almost 3 hours to defeat Muchova and reach her first WTA 1000 final encounter. From there, let's talk boxing. Yes. Late replacement Martin Bakole missed the weigh-in for his heavyweight bout with Joseph Parker as he was still making his way to Saudi Arabia just 24 hours before the fight. The 33-year-old was drafted in at 2 days' notice after Britain's world heavyweight champion Daniel Dubois withdrew from the contest through illness on Thursday. Traveling from the Democratic Republic of Congo, Bakole was in the air at the time of Friday's weigh-in and is expected to land in Riyadh any moment from now. Of course, undisputed light heavyweight champion Arthur Beterbiev and his compatriot Dmitry Bivol both successfully waiting for their much anticipated match, also holding today as well. Lots of undercard, of course, today in that bout. But then don't forget, we'll be live at 9 a.m. this morning, Saturday breakfast sport on BCS Television. Do join us on that show for more on the big one today. Yes, very big one today, I must tell you. Big heavyweight boxing bout holding in Saudi Arabia today, and how Martin Bakole will contend with Joseph Parker. All right, away from there, let's move as fast as possible and talk about yesterday. The draws were held yesterday for the biggest club competitions in Europe. Talking about the UEFA Champions League round of 16 draw, the Europa League round of 16 draw, as well as the Conference League round of 16 draw. Let's take a look at what the draw holds for your favorite team. The draw for this season's UEFA Champions League was conducted yesterday for the round of 16. Current holders, Real Madrid, will take on rivals Atletico Madrid in the pick of the bunch. There will also be an all-Bundesliga clash between Bayern Munich and Bayer Leverkusen. Arsenal will have been paired against PSV Eindhoven, while Liverpool take on Paris Saint-Germain. The ties for the round of 16 will be played during the weeks of match 4 and match 5, and the return leg holding for match 11 and match 12. Let's take a look at the complete round of 16 pairings. Club Brugge versus Aston Villa, Borussia Dortmund versus Lille, Real Madrid versus Atletico Madrid, Bayern Munich versus Bayer Leverkusen, PSG versus Arsenal, Feyenoord versus Inter Milan, PSG versus Liverpool, and Benfica will have to contend with FC Barcelona. To the second tier of European League football, that's the Europa League. The draw was also held yesterday for the round of 16. Jose Mourinho's Fenerbahce will take on Rangers for a place in the quarterfinals. Manchester United have been under a tough tie against Real Sociedad, while Ajax will clash with Frankfurt. The ties for the round of 16 will be played match 6, while the return leg is built for match 13. Each club plays once on a Tuesday and once on a Wednesday. Well, let's take a look at the fixtures, complete round of 16 fixtures. Bodo Glimt will take on Olympiacos. Fenerbahce has been paired with Rangers. Ajax has been paired with Frankfurt. FCSB has been paired with Lyon. AZ Alkmaar has been paired with Tottenham. Real Sociedad will contend with Manchester United. Victoria Pleasant will contend with Italian side Lazio, while AS Roma will contend with Athletic Club for a place in the quarterfinals. Let's move to the Conference League this morning, where Chelsea will face FC Copenhagen in the UEFA Conference League round of 16. A draw which was also conducted yesterday also separated the heavily favored Blues from Fiorentina in a different half of the bracket. Enzo Maresca's men finished top of the new 36-team league phase and secured the number 1 seeding. The first leg will be played in Denmark on the 6th of March, and the return leg is billed 1 week later. Fiorentina, who lost the last 2 Conference League finals, were paired with Panathinaikos. The CDR side now cannot meet Chelsea until the final on the 28th of May in Wroclaw over there in Poland. If Chelsea beats Copenhagen, they will face Legia Warsaw or Molde in the quarterfinals. Copenhagen eliminated Germany's representative, that's Hedem, in the knockout playoff round on Thursday, while France didn't even have a team in the league phase. Let's take a look at the comprehensive pairing in the Conference League for the round of 16. Chelsea will contend with Copenhagen, while Jagiellonia will take on Cercle Brugge. Celje will take on Lugano, or Paphos will contend with Jugoden. Borac will take on Rapid Vienna as well. Let's a quick look at all of the fixtures as regards the games in the round of 16 as the pairing was held yesterday. Let's head straight to European football and take a look at what to expect across Europe this weekend. Starting from the Premier League, where yesterday a game was played. Leicester City at the King Power Stadium lost scandalously to Brentford 1-2-3-4. 4 goals to nothing. Brentford trashed Leicester City at the King Power Stadium. And today in the Premier League, Everton will entertain Manchester United. Wounded Manchester United at the Goodison Park. Arsenal will take on West Ham United in a London derby at 4 p.m. today, while Bournemouth will slug it out with Wolverhampton Wanderers. Fulham will take on Crystal Palace in another London derby. Ipswich will slug it out with Tottenham. Southampton will entertain Brighton, while Aston Villa in the last game of the day will host Chelsea Football Club. And tomorrow, Newcastle United will take on Nottingham Forest, while the last game of tomorrow, it's Manchester City hosting Liverpool Football Club. Remember, when they met earlier in the season, Liverpool won at Anfield Stadium by 2 goals to nothing. From there, let's cross to the Spanish La Liga in Spain, where a game was also played yesterday. Celta Vigo defeated Osasuna by a single goal yesterday night. And today, 4 games will be played in Spain. Alaves will take on Espanyol. Rayo Vallecano will take on Villarreal, while at 6:30, Valencia will entertain Atletico Madrid. Las Palmas will take on FC Barcelona in the last game of the day. And tomorrow, Athletic Bilbao will take on Valladolid. Real Madrid will host Girona. Getafe will take on Betis. Real Sociedad will take on Leganés, while Sevilla will entertain Real Mallorca. Moving straight to the Italian Serie A, where a game will be played. Of course, was played yesterday actually, where Udinese went to Lecce and defeated Lecce right there at their home ground by a single goal. And of course, in the Italian Serie A later today, 4 matches will be played. Parma will host Bologna. Venezia will take on Lazio. Torino will entertain AC Milan, while Inter Milan will slug out with Genoa. Well, and tomorrow, it's Como versus Napoli. Verona will take on Fiorentina. Empoli will entertain Atalanta. We'll wait to see if Ademola Lookman will be dressed for that game following the rift between himself and his coach, during the week when his coach criticized him for missing the penalty, in the Champions League during the week, and of course him coming out to express his disappointment for being called out by the coach. Let's see what comes out of this one. Of course, trust Nigerians. Nigerians have hit Atlanta and their coach Gasperoni on the neck. They've hit them big time on social media. They've dealt with them really. Let's see how things actually pound out. If he will still be dressed or he will be sent packing from the club. Anyways, we don't care. We just want the best for our boys. We want our boys to be respected. Very important. Well, Cagliari will take on Juventus, while AS Roma was slugged out with Monza. That's it for the Italian Serie A this weekend. Let's go straight to Germany. Talking about the German Bundesliga. Yesterday, Freiburg was absolutely on fire as they defeated Werder Bremen by 5 goals to nothing. And today, in the Bundesliga, Borussia Mönchengladbach will open up things at 5:30 p.m. when they take on Augsburg. Holstein Kiel will take on Bayer Leverkusen. Mainz will take on St. Pauli, while Wolfsburg will take on Bochum. And last game of the day at 6:30 p.m. is Borussia Dortmund taking on Union Berlin. While later on tomorrow, RB Leipzig will take on Heidenheim. And of course, at 5:30 p.m. tomorrow, Bayern Munich will entertain Eintracht Frankfurt. And last game of the week, it's Hoffenheim taking on Stuttgart Football Club. Moving straight to the French Ligue 1. In the French Ligue 1, yesterday, Reims defeated Reims by a single goal. Reims finishing that game with 9 players after 2 of their players were red carded. And of course, today in France, Lille will entertain Monaco, while Saint Etienne will slug it out with Angers. Auxerre will take on Marseille, and later tomorrow is Nantes taking on Lens. Le Havre will take on Toulouse, while Nice will slug it out with Montpellier. Strasbourg will take on Brest, one the last game of the day, which happens to of the weekend, which happens to be the biggest game in France this weekend. It's Lyon taking on Paris Saint-Germain. That's a quick look at top of fixtures holding across Europe this weekend. Yes, the white paper boys, you know what to do. Just get out there and, of course, put your money where your mouth is. Enjoy the best of the weekend as it has a lot for your winning player. Yes, a lot of football action this weekend. Of course, we're looking forward to that. Well, a couple of news stories before we leave this morning. Former Netherlands international and Feyenoord legend Robin van Persie has reportedly been appointed as the new head coach of Feyenoord, signing a contract that runs until June 2027. A Dutchman who enjoyed a successful playing career with clubs such as Feyenoord, Arsenal, Manchester United, now takes on the managerial role at the Eredivisie club, marking a new chapter in his football journey. According to a post by football transfer expert Fabrizio Romano yesterday via his X handle, Van Persie, as a part of his coaching team, will be joined by Rein Hake, who previously served as an assistant to Manchester United manager Erik ten Hag. Coach Riggs, and I quote, the tweet reads, and I quote, Robin van Persie signs in today as new Feyenoord head coach until June 2027. Former Erik ten Hag assistant Rein Hake will join him, his staff too. That's according to updates coming from the Netherlands this lovely morning. All right, let me inform you that Jenny Hermoso will appeal the verdict in the case of former Spain football chief Luis Rubiales, who was fined after being found guilty of a forced kiss on the Women's World Cup